Okay, we're live. I plan to do a live stream for about an hour. It's going to be a shorter one today. And then I've got some work to do this evening. And I need to go to bed. So I need to take a deep breath. It's Monday, February 18th. Right now it's hey, hello to the two people in chat. I leave. What I was about to say is I leave for my bike trip in 36 hours. A little over 36 hours. I leave. I get a car rental, and then it'll take me 2 days to drive to California. And then I start Saturday. And I'm just, I'm really preparing. And hey, video, how are you? Hey, Marvel Man, how are you guys doing? I leave in the morning, Wednesday morning. So I cleaned my house, and I'm starting to really prepare. The things that I'm bringing with me on my trip. I've got them here. My tools over here, my bags, my bicycle, my bags. I'll be, because once I leave Wednesday, the only thing I'm going to have with me is my bike. And I'm just going to use these as my luggage. And that's it. So, and just the clothing that I'm bringing with me on my bike trip. So it's not a lot. I've got my jacket here. I've got my third layer, my sweatshirt, hoodie. And I've got this, this is my primary cycling jersey. And anyway, I'm just rambling a little bit, but this is really happening, this bike trip. So, hey, Mike. Yeah, it's still bright outside. It's actually, there's some snowflakes coming down right now. So anyway, I've got about an hour to do a live stream. And there's something, man, today, I got to tell you, I was having a little bit, I wasn't having a bad day. I was just kind of, I could feel the stress of the whole bike trip. And you start questioning, why am I doing this again? Do I really want to do this? Oh man, I'm going to be doing a lot of writing. And then just earlier today, my neighbor Brent came in. My neighbor Brent, and he gave me a $50 bill. Pretty amazing, $50. So because I do have a GoFundMe page, and people are giving and they're helping out with funding. So this will be a motel room, kind of like a lower end motel room, and that's perfect. So Brent sent his love, and I was just a little. I don't know if I was down, but all I know is when he knocked on the door about 2 hours ago and gave me a little bit of money, and we talked about the bike, and he looked at my tires, and he was impressed with the Gator skin hard shell tires. So it really encouraged me. I'm a human being. I need encouragement, and I tend to not do as well when I'm isolated and alone. So anyway, yeah, I do have some nice neighbors. So, Mike, do I worry about getting cold? Well, first of all, right now it's about 18 degrees. I may try to do a not too shabby. There's a hotel that has a little thing where it shows the weather, and it was 15 minutes ago. So I'm not too worried about getting cold. I'm going to be in Southern California and Arizona. So, but I'm prepared. I'll have gloves. If it's too cold, I won't ride. So anyway, later tonight, I might head back out. If it gets to single digits and that sign says something like 6 degrees, I might do a not too shabby of the sign, because that would be amazing. So Yeah, Marvel, hotels or motels, they can be enjoyable for sure. There's no question that they can be enjoyable. Uh, I kind of agree. So, when I was younger, I really enjoyed it, because, we're on vacation, my family, that kind of a thing. Now it's like, now that I'm an adult, I just think, oh, I'm paying for this, and I'm usually upset about how much I paid, you know, but anyway, I shouldn't. But no, hotels are kind of fun. Some will have a little breakfast. You can have a breakfast in the morning, so that's pretty nice. So, so video to watch. You're planning your own bike across America trip. That's interesting. So I'm really pleased. I did this. I started the live stream, and within 30 seconds, I had two people hop in, and then now we're up to 4. So anyway, I don't know why. Well, I shouldn't say I don't know why, but here, let me get it again. First of all, let me get this, my phone, and I'm back. I'm a big believer in the idea that we are not meant to be self-sufficient. There's sort of this, there's this, I see it a lot. I see it a lot as a therapist, and then just plain old life experience. I know from personal experience and other people's journeys. There's this lie that says, there's this lie that tells us that we have to have our act together. We have to be self-sufficient. We shouldn't ask people for help. We shouldn't need anybody's help. And I'm still really wrestling with that. This trip for sure. The last few days, that's been one of a few themes, is this idea of asking for help, for being in need. And I'm raising money, and then just my friend Brent, he gives me $50, and we just had a good talk, and I it was just clear that he cares, and he's been a good friend and neighbor, and I wish I could spend more time with him. And I might actually, but anyway, so that's that. And then just like other, and I'm just talking right now, I just got a few examples of financial gifts that people have given, but somebody sent me, my friend Paul in Alabama, he sent me a Subway gift card. So I got a 25, and I think he might track me. So I don't know. I think he said he might refill it. Anyway, that's really cool. And then I got a $50 Visa card, just straight up cash kind of a thing. So, but even just, like my bike, I just mentioned some financial examples, but just my bike, I've got my bike is in good shape, but I am concerned about a couple of things, and I need some help. I got to get that brim on my helmet, and just some other small things. And Jason, he's going to be biking with me for 2 days. We're going to bike from Newport Beach to Palm Springs in 2 days. And I'm going to stay with him on Friday night. And he actually said, yeah, I'll pay for our motel room on that Saturday night, the evening of day 1, which is really generous. So, but anyway, he's an engineer, and he said he built his own bike. So he made it clear, when you get here on Friday, I'll look at your bike, I'll help you out with some of these things. And I was like, thank you, Jason, help. So just this whole issue of help and asking people for help. And even as a mental health therapist, sometimes I see this a lot, and I've done it myself, where the very time that you really are struggling, life is just kicking your butt. Something's going wrong. You've lost your job. I don't know what, but there's some kind of crisis. Something bad's happened. We tend to isolate at the very time that we should be seeking connection and friendship, and encouragement, and instead we just keep it in. We don't talk to anyone. And we should be sharing. We should be willing to be vulnerable and to talk about what's going on, So anyway, I'm just talking here. This is my monologue. I just wanted to, by the way, I got a Yankees crew neck. We could talk about baseball, by the way, if you want. But anyway, but I just felt like doing a little monologue for about 5 or 6 minutes here. So now I'm going to tend back to the live chat. Hey, Rose Garden. How's everyone doing? Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we get to help one another. Marvel, man, you're a Red Sox fan? Boo. Here's the honest truth. Okay, I grew up in New Jersey, northern New Jersey, and there's 2 Red Sox fans? You guys can. I could give a gesture to review, to express what I think of that, but no. All right, I'm just joking, but okay. So here's the baseball story. So I grew up in a Yankees family, and I grew up in northern New Jersey, close to New York, and I don't know why, but I grew up I was the middle kid of 3 boys, and I just think I just wanted to be different. But I started cheering for the Phillies, the Philadelphia Phillies, and I remember I just liked the name Philly. And they were pretty good at the time. It was the mid to late 70s. They made the playoffs 3 years in a row. And they lost all 3 times in the playoffs. But at least they had, like when you're a kid, you kind of want to cheer for a team that's good. So, but I remember it was 1979. And that was the first year. I was 7 years old, almost 8. I would check the newspaper every day to see if the Phillies won, Pete Rose had joined the Phillies, and then in 1980 they won the World Series. And then I'm just blabbing about baseball. Sometime in the mid 80s, I was starting to become a young teenager, early what do you call that? A tweener, 11, 12. The Phillies weren't as good, and I kind of got bored of them. And the Yankees were sort of good. And anyway, I became a Yankees fan. I kind of fell in line with the Yankees. And so I cheered for the Yankees like crazy from about 1985 all the way to the strike, 1994. I got my driver's license in 1989, senior in high school. And in college, the early 90s, I was a big-time Yankees fan. I would go to Yankee Stadium and sit in the bleachers all the time. So anyway, that's just my baseball story. But then after the baseball strike of 1994, when that strike happened, the Yankees were finally in first place. They were pretty bad for a few years in the late 80s, early 90s. They had a few losing seasons. Finally, they were in first place. They were poised to definitely make the playoffs. And then there was the strike. And I remember being so upset about that. And then after that, in 95, I moved to New Hampshire and I got kind of busy in my 20s, my early to mid 20s. And I sort of, even when the Yankees were good, they won a few World Series. I was cheered for them, but I couldn't watch baseball anymore. It got boring in my adult years. So I can't watch a baseball game or, I can barely follow it. So anyway, that's my baseball background. But 10 years, this shirt is over 10 years old. A friend sent me this shirt, so I still have it. So I don't know how I got on baseball, but what are your thoughts on baseball? Do you think baseball is boring? Is it too slow? You guys are just talking among yourselves. Hey, Kurt Vivo. I just did a little I don't know, 6 to 8 minute monologue about how we should ask for help, and we should challenge the. We should challenge. Excuse me. I need more coffee. Hold on. Here's my coffee. It's full. All right, let's see if I can talk now. I was just challenging the idea that we should be self-sufficient and independent and pick yourself up by the bootstraps and don't ask for help and shame on you if you have to ask anyone for help and sort of that macho attitude. So then when we have problems, we have really serious problems, then we don't tell anyone. We isolate ourselves. We live in secrecy. And then typically we live in shame, and that shame festers, and it just makes it worse. And I do believe as humans, we're made to be connected with others. So there you go. You don't like, well, Marvel, man, of course you don't like coffee. You're in middle school. So I didn't start liking coffee until maybe my mid-20s. I don't know. It was definitely my adult years. So, Say, hey, CS. CS, I know, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but here, I'll show you something. I will not be. I shave. I shave every 3 or 4 days. I get a little shadow, but that's it. So this is some of the stuff I'm bringing with me. I'm sort of making a pile. And as you can see, I've got razors. I just have a few razors. So no, I'm not a beard guy. I'm not a dirty, hairy beard guy who hides behind a beard. So I'm sorry. I'm not a beard guy at all. I'm sorry. And if anybody has a beard, I I'm fine with you having a beard. If you like it, that's cool, but all right, I shouldn't have said a dirty beard guy. I'm sorry. It's just dirty. No, it's not. Okay, a beard isn't inherently dirty, but I just hate. I don't like. I once tried to grow a beard, and it's all scratchy. It gets itchy, and I don't know. I'm just not into. It's not my. I don't know. I like a clean shaven face. I don't like beards. And at least, all right. Occasionally, I think people grow beards because they want to hide. They want to hide something. It's a subconscious little thing, okay? Now I'm sure clean shaven people like me, we have our ways of, hiding or whatever, but I'm just not a beard guy. Yeah, that's right. Have a laugh. Yeah. Anyway, no, all right. I didn't mean to sound like you're hiding something. I mean, I don't want to be a jerk or something, or, I'm not. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just. Hold on. I'll just check something. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm checking something in another window. Yeah, the Red Sox. Well, look, here's the thing. So, the Yankees, I mean, I haven't been that into baseball at all. And I definitely cheered for the Yankees in 2009 when they got into they were in the playoff run and they won the World Series. I mean, that was interesting, but I'll cheer for them in the playoffs, but I can't handle the regular season's too long. And there's no question the Red Sox have now won 4 World Series in this century. 2004, 07, 2013, and then last year, right? 2018. So, I mean, they're clearly, I respect Boston, but here's the funny thing. So the San Diego Padres, when I was a kid, they had the brown and yellow uniforms. They were so amazing. Love those brown and yellow. Sometimes they had a little orange in there. San Diego, finally, they're going back to their brown uniforms in 2020. So I already publicly made it known for the start of 2020, I'm becoming a full-time San Diego Padres fan. I've said for over a decade that if they go back to brown full-time, I'll become a Padres fan because I love the city of San Diego and I love the brown and yellow Padres. So go Padres. And they're finally going to win a World Series. I just know it. Once they go back to brown. And I already let some of my Los Angeles friends know that, I love you, but Dodger Blue can kiss my ass because the Padres in brown are they're gonna dominate. You'll see this century, the Padres are gonna really do really well once they embrace the brown. So get fired up about that. Love the Padres. Everybody probably is just like, what is he talking about? Anyway. Wait, what big boy language did I use? Oh, kiss my ass. I try not to swear too much, but oh, you guys, man. Laura, I'm not a Chicago Bulls fan. All right, the NBA. Again, growing up as a kid, I was a Philadelphia 76ers fan. I had the whole Philadelphia thing going on. And then when I got older, I became a New York Knicks fan, which is pathetic. But then even that, I just, then I just became an NBA fan, or I'm the type of fan where once the playoffs start, I start watching it a little bit, but then I really only start maybe watching games until there's 4 teams left. There's a final 4. And even then, if it's a boring NBA finals, the Cleveland, the whole thing with Cleveland and the Cavaliers finally winning, for the city of Cleveland and LeBron, that was interesting. But, when LeBron James went to the Miami Heat, it was interesting because he seemed to be, some people colored him like a villain because he left Cleveland. And anyway, it's just hard to watch an NBA basketball game, though, too. So, now we're on to hockey. The Thunder and the Celtics, huh? Hockey, I mean, yeah, I guess, the Colorado Avalanche haven't been very good for quite a while now. They won those 2 titles in the era when I had first moved to Colorado. I think 1997 and 2001. Somewhere around there. Somebody will correct me. So, but maybe we'll play some Not Too Shabbies. That's what people want, don't they? So again, the sort of evolving theme of this live stream is about asking for help. It's okay to ask for help. I guarantee you, every human being, sometimes people grow up with this false belief that if you ask for help, then you're weak. And if you're weak, then you're the absolute lowest form of a human being, and that's just nonsense. It's a total lie. And I was just telling the story about, I leave in a couple of days for California to start my Bike Across America trip. And I was just alone today. I was stuck in my thoughts. I had too much time on my hands. and I was trying to just kill some time. I was cleaning my house, and then I was watching some YouTube stuff and just kind of down. And then I heard a knock on my door, and my neighbor Brent, he gave me a $50 bill right there. And he was like, and he's made it clear he's a cyclist, he's a good friend, and he just said, hey, I want to help. I definitely want to help you out with your trip, and I'll be thinking of you. And we are talking about my bike over there and all that stuff. So then it was so encouraging just to have him in my house for about 10 minutes talking. It means everything to me. Like, it boosts my spirit so much. So anyway, here. All right. So first of all, all right. First of all, here is the not too. I did a not too shabby of this $50 bill, and it's right here. I thought it was a good one. I think it's a good one. They're all good. It's a $50 bill. Not too shabby. Right there. So, and that is not too shabby number 1338. Or, no, 1337. So many not. I gotta have another party when I get to 2000 not too shabbies. Hey, how do you say your name? Is it Hafez? Hello from the United States. I'm so glad you're from Egypt. It's so good to meet you. Thank you for coming to my live stream. I really appreciate it. How do you know my channel? Have you seen my not too shabby videos? Marvel Man, that's a good question. How did I come up with the phrase not too shabby? Well, the phrase, I've heard the phrase before occasionally. It's not too popular, but I've heard the phrase not too shabby. So that's how I came up with it. I just started saying it sometimes. And people were kind of catching on saying, hey, you like saying that, don't you? So I have a whole video here. I have a whole video where I talk about my first not too shabby and the background and the very place where I made the not too shabby and why I made it. It's not too shabby history. They should teach it in school, in high school or something, Let's see here. The first not too shabby. Here it is. All right, I'm just going to play. Here's the link. The first not too shabby video. So if you want to if you want to listen to it, so you can just click the link. Hey, Janie. Janie, you're not too shabby either. Janie, how are you doing? Janie, I was just lecturing my followers here, my friends, and I sort of put my counselor hat on. And I was talking about how it's so important to ask for help. That's been a theme the last 3 or 4 days. That even though in some ways I'm very self-sufficient, I'm independent, I'm confident, I've biked across America 3 times, I got this toughness, there are still a bunch of areas of my life where I am in need and I need help from others, whether it's, a bicycle mechanic helping me or a friend or, like I'm raising money on my GoFundMe, I have a financial need. And I was just having so I was kind of talking about that and how we shouldn't be in isolation, like when we're struggling, when we're having a hard time, that's not the time to keep it in, to don't talk to anyone, to isolate, to live in secrecy and shame, and there's this big lie that we have that says, if I ask for help, then I'm somehow weak or inferior, or somehow I should be living in shame. Sometimes people that, if they grew up in a dysfunctional family or there was addiction in the home, a lot of times it's not safe to share that you have a need or you need help, that kind of a thing. Sometimes I hear that as a therapist. So anyway, I went on this long lecture, and just today, I'm getting ready for my Bike Across America trip. I leave in 2 days. I leave on Wednesday morning for Pueblo. I'm going to get a car rental. And I've got too much time on my hands. I'm not doing enough counseling. I cleaned my house because I'm getting ready to leave. And I was getting a little down and depressed. And then my neighbor knocked on the door a couple hours ago. And he actually, he gave me $50. But anyway, the whole point was we were just talking for about 10 minutes, and he was looking at my bike, and he's a cyclist too. And it totally just, I snapped out of my little funk when my friend came by, and I just needed that. And I'll never take for granted the friends I have. And I'm very grateful for just all the people in my life. And, I won't get too religious, but I'm very thankful to God for the friends he's given me. And like even everyone in my live chat here, I appreciate all of you. It's an honor, like really, I appreciate you. So anyway, I went on a little ranting again. Yeah, Hafez, welcome. So no. And I'm like, I have so much to be grateful for. And like, I'm not trying to, I know it sounds like a platitude, count your blessings, or, you know what I mean? I've heard all the platitudes, but I'm really trying to practice gratitude. And I really do have a lot to be grateful for. And I'm in good health. And I can do this Bike Across America trip. And I'm in better health now that I quit junk food for over 10 weeks. So I did eat a pizza. I did eat a Subway pizza today. That probably wasn't that good for me, but it was just a cheese pizza and I was craving it. But I've got my breakfast tomorrow morning all set up. Bananas and this healthy yogurt and my canned pear. So but anyway. Yeah, no, really. Like, here's the thing now. On my Bike Across America trip 2 years ago, I had a bunch of people who wanted to meet me. And some were longtime friends. Some were new friends that kind of knew me from social media, and they met me for the first time. There was a stretch in Texas where for, I think, 9 days, or maybe it was 10 days, 9 or 10 days, where every day I had an interaction with someone that was a friend, where they either met me on the road or they hosted me. There were a bunch of days where somebody rode with me for 20 miles or for the whole day, and then they left me. And I mean, there was a 9 or 10 day stretch where I felt like, wow, I don't feel alone, and it feels so good just to know that there's somebody else there in case something goes wrong or haywire. I train and I train to be self-sufficient, but it is nice to have people. So, and then in Waco, the last day of that 9 or 10 day stretch, Jeff came out from Austin, Texas, and he followed me he was like a support vehicle for 30, 40 miles. Then we had dinner. And then when he left, I was totally alone in East Texas, across Louisiana, and then almost into Mississippi. I had one friend in Mississippi that just, met me for lunch. So anyway, so for this trip, it should be similar, where the first 2 days I've got Jason riding with me. So the first 2 days I'm going to be riding with another guy. Then there'll be 3 or 4 days where I'm biking in Blythe, California, and kind of Western Arizona, where I'll pretty much be alone, and it'll be kind of isolated desert, but there's lots of RV. There's lots of little towns with RV parks. And there's always retired people with RVs and motorhomes. And so I'll be essentially alone, but there's still people, there's still services. And once I get to Phoenix, I've got a few friends. Actually, my ex-boss, Heidi, I think she said she might put me up And I actually looked up where her house is. I might bike right. I might have a route that kind of goes through, that goes close to her house. And then my old buddy Phil. So yeah, Janie. I really appreciate your prayers. I'll take all the prayers. Specific prayers. I mean, the main prayers are no flat tires. Number 1, no flat tires. 2, safety. And 3, for that I'll have a good time. All things considered, that my heart will be in a good place where I can enjoy the trip. I can be a blessing to others. God uses me, like that. I'm looking to be a blessing to others. So anyway, by the way, it's snowing a little bit. I'll just show you. Here's just the front, like the main parking lot of my my townhome complex. So the snow's starting to come down. So beautiful snow. So wonderful snow. I trust you did see it. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah. The sign said it was 18 degrees about a half hour ago. So I might, if it, I've got some work this evening, but then I think at 8:00 at night, I may head out, and there's a hotel that has a sign where they show the Fahrenheit, the weather in Fahrenheit. And if it's something crazy like 4 degrees or 7, I'm going to do a not too shabby, when it's 4 degrees, not too shabby. So anyway, here's my coffee. So honestly, what is there? I mean, for those who are participating, I don't want to turn it into a counseling session, but I'm just curious about what are your reflections about hard times, about when life throws you something and you're struggling, or just any kind of crisis where you realize, wow, life is hard. What's your tendency? What's been your pattern? Do you tend to just isolate, not tell anyone? Or how do you cope with hard times? Do you have people in your life that you can talk to? I do. I'm probably above average with having some people that I can talk to, but I know I can always use more. I always need more people to talk. And I'm a single guy, so I don't have a significant other. And, just because you have a significant other doesn't mean that you can just open up to them anyway. It can even be harder if you have a spouse or something like that, a partner, and you feel like you can't ask for help or talk. That can even be worse than being single. But anyway, I'm just throwing that whole thing out. I don't know why I'm on this whole thing about help and needing encouragement. Who encourages you? That's even another question. Who encourages you? Who encourages you in your life? Boy, I'm on a little lecture here. Hey KB. So you want to live? I'm not. You know what? I'm not feeling a not too shabby right now. I'm thinking later tonight. I was just showing it's snowing outside, and I might do a not too shabby of, I don't know, maybe a weather if it's really cold, or I don't know, like snowing at night, not too shabby. So, and just an hour ago before I did this live stream, I did a not too shabby of a $50 bill. I'll show it to you right now. Here it is. It's a $50 bill. Not too shabby. Hell yeah.
It's my bicycle light. Not too shabby.
That was 2 nights ago.
These are dog houses for sale. Not too shabby.
All right. Those are the last 3 not too shabbies. So, let me see. I think I've got my. I have 2 bike lights in the back. Hey, Marvel Man, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. The next time I'm in New Jersey, maybe I can meet you. It'd be kind of fun. Here's a bike light I bought. It's a small one. I'm telling you, this thing is bright, especially at night. It's bright. So, see here. Just a little flashy thingy. Whoa, wait, what's this one? Oh, wait. Oh, I like this one. That's the best one. Hey! So, anyway. You guys. So, yeah, that's right. Janie, if you remember in my book, I don't carry a lot of cash. And that's right. That's right. That's right. There was a couple of scenes where I think I wanted to get my hair done, or I wanted to get a pedicure or something like that. Pedicure. And they didn't take plastic. And then I was in Mississippi and I was at a Taco Bell. That's right. And then there's the cashier, the young girl challenged me and I got some cash. And so that's right, Janie. Janie, here's the crazy thing. Here, I'm going to grab a copy of my book here. I might as well make a commercial here for my book. When I was editing my book, I was in my book every day, proofreading it like you wouldn't believe, editing. Once it got published, I pretty much have not opened up this book and read any excerpts from my book. I can't read it. I just refuse to read it. So I'm starting to forget of the stories, So you reminded me about how I didn't carry cash with me. Or I didn't have a lot of cash. After about a week or 2, I ran out of cash. So, hey, little Jack. So, by the way, for those of you, here's a little commercial, all right? At least it's not an annoying YouTube commercial, but I did write a book. It's titled Under a Triumphant Sky, a Bike Across America story. This book is the story of my first Bike Across America trip, which happened in 2008. And I just shared a link right there in the live chat. There's an Amazon link. So if you're looking for a travel adventure, you can buy my book in a print form or Kindle. And thank you. Janie has read the book, and I didn't pay her to say it's a good read. But anyway, here's my book. So Under a Triumphant Sky, and there's I started in San Diego and bike to Georgia. And the one thing that I do like is that, and I thought of this too, each chapter has a little bicycle at the top. And I put a cute little bicycle. I just thought that was a nice little thing. So anyway, but that's just my commercial. So, and I'm always trying to encourage my friends to write their own books. I do believe everybody has a story to tell. A nonfiction book, a novel. Write a book about something you're an expert in. So I got another about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I got to run, but I just wanted to do a live stream, and I don't know why this. I know I'm not trying to be money oriented. I don't know why it was such a big deal, but the fact that Brent knocked on my door and just gave me this $50 bill, it just totally made my afternoon. And I was in a little bit of a funk. And, I don't know. I don't know why and now I feel like, okay, I'm good for the rest of the day. Like, let's go. Let's do this. So anyway, anyway, I'm just talking. So for those of you who are new, I am biking across America. I start on Saturday. And I'm starting in Newport Beach, and I'm biking to Washington, D.C., and then to Delaware. And I'm calling it the Bike Tour for Truth, Decency, and the Human Dignity of All. And let's hope I make it. Let's just hope I make it. Let's just hope I make it. So anyway, maybe I'll play a video or two. Play some videos. Yeah, Janie. I'll be posting. First of all, I'll be making videos every day. Just 2 years ago, I was uploading videos of my bike trip every day, and so I'll be doing that as well. And then on Facebook too, I'll probably post a picture. Facebook's a different scene, but yeah, definitely every day I'll post a picture and probably one update. So it'll be 2 updates. Every day on Facebook there'll be one update, at least one update, and definitely YouTube as well. So, and it's fun making videos. I mean, I made 200 videos of my bike trip, and it was a 53-day trip. So it was roughly 2 to 3 videos a day, and then that's not including the not too shabbies I made. So I'll probably make. I'm not putting any pressure on myself, but I'll probably make one not too shabby every day on my bike trip. So yeah, it should be really fun. Please make sure everyone subscribes. Make sure you subscribe. So the other thing too is I love sharing my experiences. It's way more fun. Posting stuff, uploading a video, doing it, So, yeah, Jamie. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So, yeah. I'm so in my head right now, though. I need to be busy. And, I need to be busy and have my mind occupied. The last thing I need are any more days where I'm just filled with my thinking. In general, when I'm isolated and all I'm doing is thinking, that's a recipe. I'm vulnerable for a negative thought spiral. Start thinking, and you start thinking negative, and all your insecurities, and so, but I'm okay. I'm all right. Anyway, so hello to the 5 people in here. The last two nights, I did 3-hour live streams, and it was fun. I'm learning how to do these, and last night I really promoted it because the theme was I told stories of past Bike Across America trips, and I told 7 or 8 stories, and they're mostly funny stories, or I didn't tell any negative stories. I'll just put it that way. They're all positive or inspiring or funny. And I mix them in. I play some not too shabbies on my phone. We went for 3 hours and 22 minutes last night. And it's almost like a talk show. It's almost like, some people, Rush Limbaugh's been in the news. The president mentioned him in some speech that, Rush Limbaugh speaks for 3 hours. And now I get it, because I did a live stream for over 3 hours and it's kind of fun. I want my own talk show. But I kind of get it. There were times where I thought, I'd love to have a radio show, where it's just a talk show and people call in and, how great that would be for my ego. But now I'm just thinking, radio, you can't actually, I love that there's a live chat and I can see comments. And when you're talking on the radio, you don't get any feedback unless you have people call in. Otherwise, you're just speaking out and you're just hoping people hear you. And you really don't even know how many people are listening. Here, I know exactly how many people are in my live stream. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's only 3 people, but it was up to 7 and 8 about 20 minutes ago. So, but still, I'd rather do this. And, so anyway, it's just kind of a fun thing. So, the live chat's getting quiet. I have about 8 minutes. By the way, I have done some cold weather not too shabbies, and I'm going to show them to you because I'm thinking about going out there while it's snowing tonight. And oh yeah, see here we go. All right, here's a not too shabby.
It's 4 degrees outside. Not too shabby.
Oh yeah, not too shabby. And then I have one where it was 7 degrees. It's the same bank.
It's 7 degrees outside. Not too shabby.
Wait, I have a second one where it was 7 degrees. It's the same bank. It's a bank in Buena Vista, Colorado, because I lived there for a number of years. Here's there.
It's 7 degrees outside.
You see that?
Not too shabby.
Video, I don't know what I'm going to do at the beach. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm going to do a live stream at the beach right at the departure. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know my personality. There's going to be a point where I'm going to say, I want to turn the phone off and I'm just going to ride and not worry about my phone for a little bit and just take pictures. But we'll see what I do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I got to think about it. When you're biking across America, I don't know. I don't want to be, I want to share my trip with my YouTube followers, but there's got to be a balance where I'm not obsessed with my phone and my camera and I'm actually riding. We'll see what I do. I don't know. I don't know how the live streams are going to work during my Bike Across America trip. The other thing I know too is in the evenings, I'm going to be in these motels. And number one, I might be too tired. I know I'm probably not going to want to do a really long live stream, but maybe I could do something for 10, 15 minutes. And then number two, in a lot of low-end motels, the internet is not very strong. So sometimes live streams or video kind of sessions, I can't do them. So we'll see how that all plays out. But I can envision myself doing live streams occasionally with my phone and just being like, hey, look, I'm on the bike. And I do so many videos where I have one hand on the handlebar and I have my phone and I just go for 5-10 minutes. So, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So it'll be interesting. So well, we'll see. We'll see what I do. I can't be too obsessed with social media to the point that, I don't know. We'll see. So it'll be nice. Well, yeah. And even maybe the day before, I'll be at the beach Friday afternoon. I might be able to do a live stream at the beach, or I don't know. I still kind of like the power of making a video and then, getting home an hour later and editing it and then posting it. So I'll probably do mostly that, but anyway, we'll see. By the way, let me share. I have a whole playlist of my 2017 Bike Across America trip. Let's see if it's here. Let's see. Here's my playlist. Here we go. So you can see what here. I'm going to share a link. Here's my link to my 2017 trip. So that's my 2017 playlist. So and when I get to the beach, I'll worry about it then. I still just got to worry about organizing myself here. I'm going to get a car rental on Wednesday morning, and then all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, I'll be driving to California. So anyway. Oh, take care, Janie. I didn't see your goodbye there, but so long if you're still around. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I think I have them listed by most viewed, and that Cinderblocks video. For those who don't know what we're talking about, in 2 years ago when I biked across America, there was a cheap motel outside of Waco where there were cinder blocks holding up my bed. I'll actually show you the video here. Here's the Not Too Shabby. Cinder blocks were holding up the bed. It was a cheap motel.
Having cinder blocks holding up my bed. Not too shabby.
There you go. So there you go. So hello to the 7 people in my live stream. I'm going to go for another 5 minutes. And pretty soon after that, I got to call it quits. This is only going to be a 1 hour live stream. So, but I did the last two evenings. I've done 3 hour live streams. So this is pretty fun. You got to talk. I mean, when it's this style where I'm the one talking, I have to do the work. I have to talk. And it is tiring. So I get this one curl. It's sort of acting funny there. So anyway, I'm so vain. So by the way, I just want to share. I've got a Twitter feed. I'll be posting updates on Twitter and of course YouTube, and I'll even share. I'll share my GoFundMe. You're welcome to donate. So, and then YouTube, or you obviously have my YouTube, Facebook. I can share that. Here's my Facebook page. if you're into Facebook, here's the business card that I'll be giving out to people. It's a lot of fun when you give out these cards. You meet people and you're like, hey, I'm biking across America. And if they're interested, I'll give them a business card and I'll be like, hey, you can follow me. So video, you asked, how did I plan my route? The main way is I grab, actually it's right over there. There's a Walmart road atlas right there. You see it? I just open up the road atlas and I kind of I first start with just looking at towns that I want to go through and kind of work from there, see what towns have lodging. And I kind of pick a route that I want to take. And so I pick my own route. I go through towns that I want to go through. So it's pretty simple. And there's, what's that organization? They're based in Montana. I forget. You can buy maps where they make recommendations on where to go. And if you want somebody to tell you the route, then, you can buy their maps. Adventure Cycling, I think it's called. Adventure Cycling. And I mean, I'm not knocking their maps. I'm sure they're probably pretty good, but I have a personality where I want to pick my routes and I want to go through towns that, I want to go through certain cities or towns where I've never been in, or for whatever reason it intrigued me. So yeah, Adventure Cycling. Yeah. Yeah, Rose Garden. If I go live, then you can give me directions yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. Yeah, like for instance, on my route, definitely the unique parts of my trip are going to be when I get to Lordsburg, New Mexico. I'm going to start working my way a little bit east and then south. I'm going to bike to Columbus, New Mexico, which is the actual town is only about 2 miles north of the U.S.-Mexico border. So I'm going to be way down in southern New Mexico. And I really kind of like that town. I'm intrigued by it. I've been there before. And then there's a 60 to 70 mile highway, just a 2-lane from Columbus, New Mexico to the west side of El Paso. It's about 70 miles. There's no services. It's all desert. You have to make it in one shot. And, kind of, there's some stretches where you're probably only a mile or even a half mile from the border. And that's just kind of interesting to me. And I want to see the scenery. I've never been on that road from Columbus, New Mexico to El Paso. So that's one stretch. And then from El Paso, I want to kind of take frontage roads along the interstates all the way to Abilene. And I want to go through Van Horn and Sierra Blanca, Texas. And, anyway, it's just going to be kind of interesting. Then I definitely want to go through Abilene because I've got a couple of friends there. And one guy might do a podcast with me. And he's a friend. He's for a few years now. And another guy, he has connections where he can probably get me a free La Quinta Inn hotel room. So I'll probably take a day off and I'll actually have some people that might ride with me out of Abilene for 20, 30 miles. So anyway, and then I kind of go, anyway, I can blab on, but I kind of pick my own route. So yeah, video, you're in South Texas? That's neat. We're in South Texas. What town? By the way, I only got about 2 to 3 minutes and then I got to run. Yeah, Rose Garden. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just one of those things, you try to make your needs known and you're grateful when people respond and help you. And Kingsville, where's Kingsville, Texas? I don't know that I've ever heard of that. Kingsville? I'm going to Google it real fast. Looks like a small town. Looks like a town I live in. No. Kingsville's bigger than my town. So, yeah. Yeah, lots of let's see here. My computer. Oh, okay, Kingsville's kind of down by it's oh, you're definitely south. You're south of you're kind of between San Antonio and Brownsville. So you're definitely pretty far down there. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm sure the weather's nice, except in the summer. So, yeah, neat stuff. Neat stuff. Pretty soon, I got to go. In fact, I got to run in about a minute with regret. Gratitude, asking for help. Those are the two themes for today. Gratitude, asking for help. Actually, I didn't even really ask for help. All I know is a friend came through for me today and really encouraged me. And never delude yourself into thinking, for me, I'm speaking to myself here. I need to never delude myself into thinking that I can pick myself up from my bootstraps. There's obviously you want to have skills to be self-sufficient in a lot of ways, but never think that you can just it's always helpful to have friends, caring people. Anyway, I gotta run pretty soon here. Good chatting with everybody. Sayonara. Thank you for watching. I gotta run. Bye. Thank you again.